Hey there, guys, got the camera turned the wrong way. How y'all doing? Welcome back to No Such Radio. Hey, welcome back to No Such Radio on a Wednesday night. But when you see this, it's gonna be Friday because I have a schedule to keep up. Okay? Don't you understand? I have listeners out there who expect that I meet my deadlines. About a dozen of them. Okay? Don't you fucking forget it. Coffee. I think I mentioned this before, but I drink coffee like almost right before bed many times. Drink 1 or 2 cups and just sit back, listen to a podcast, watch some boring ass YouTube videos, a documentary or some kind of shit, and just pass out and have just like ridiculous fever dreams. Wake up in a cold sweat in the middle of the night. You know what I'm talking about. Sleep for the last couple hours till your alarm goes off. Just cry a little bit silently on the inside because you don't want to wake the kids. Daddy, why are you crying? It's just life, guys. It's just life. Get up, put on your fucking tie, drive to work. Consider what it would be like if somebody accidentally swerved into your lane all groggy and shit. Would you survive? I don't know. Were they coming from the other side? Possibly. Possibly not. Did the airbag deploy in time? Do you keep your car up to certain safety standards? That's the real question. Speaking of cars, I've got something to talk about. Last week, that was the rewind noise. Had a flat tire. I think I mentioned that. That was like 2 fucking episodes ago, something like that. And so like the day after that, the wife got a flat tire. I guess because the little Summer Perkins intersection nearby my house, there's a wreck there like at least every other day. Because nobody out here knows how to operate a fucking motor vehicle properly. There, I said it. And so there's a wreck there every other fucking day. The thing's constantly blocked off. I think I even mentioned this before, that I had to like make a big U-turn, turn around, and go through a bunch of parking lots and shit to get to the store, and ended up just going to a different one because I couldn't get out because the fucking intersection is so dangerous. And see, look at that. It's like an overarching story. And so, yeah, there's a bunch of debris there kind of at all times. You know, like when you're driving through a particularly busy intersection where there are wrecks, such as the one I was just describing, and you see just those little bits of glass, and you fucking avoid. Oh fuck! You know, it depends on how cautious you are with your car, but that's how I fucking operate. I don't know. I'd put other people's life in danger before I'd, be willing to accept that I have to pay for fucking another tire. That's a lie. I wouldn't do that. But so I guess they left a whole fucking shit ton of shit this time. I mean, if you come to this intersection like every fucking day to clean up a wreck, it's like, eventually you give it 100% most days, right? At your job, unless you fucking hate it, which is a possibility. I mean, if I was just sweeping up fucking twisted metal and fucking cables, plexiglass, or whatever the fuck it is the cars are made out of these days, maybe not every day is the best day you've ever had. But hey, who knows? I mean, at my job, I'm certainly not always giving it 100%. And on those days, when you give it 90%, okay, and that's being generous, being very fucking generous here, okay, because there are days when I give it 50%. And on those days, I inevitably take a nap. Sometimes on my lunch break, sometimes I sit down for just too long. Shit happens. On those days, if your job is to shovel a bunch of car debris, you're inevitably gonna miss something. And on this day, the specific day, they missed, I guess, like a big piece of cable of some, I don't know where the fuck it came from. I mean, it was described to me. I wasn't fucking there, and it popped her tire, my wife's tire, on the truck. So luckily, she had just got the tires all rotated and replaced and everything. So I mean, there was like spares laying around. You just had to go get, the old one mounted. So you got like three good tires and one less good tire. Slightly shittier quality. And but yeah, and then back on the road. And then all of a sudden, I'm driving out to the other wall, Mart. That's where I work. The other whatever, fucking. Fuck it. We're gonna scrap that story altogether. So I'm driving, okay, and pull up to the red light, just like any other day. Pull up to the red light, like this, because my seat is stuck, like all the way back. I moved it back one day to clean up under it. You get all the fucking bits of Pop-Tart that my kids have thrown all over the car, and like nickels and dimes and all that shit. And I guess I don't know what happened. I must have shifted some stuff around and it got caught in the machinery down there. And so it got stuck like that. And I've tried all sorts of shit to get. I've tried everything short of fucking removing the seat. But I don't think I'm qualified to do interior work. See, that's something I don't fuck with, interior and electrical. Okay. Which is precisely why my car doesn't have an overhead light like when you open the doors. Because I tried to fuck with it and I got shot. And no more of that. So the seat's stuck way the fuck back. It's sitting like this. Fucking I'm looking out through not the driver's side window, but like the passenger window in the back. What's up? And fucking the car starts sputtering. Like it does. Like the last time when I fucking had to replace a spark plug. The motherfucker was sitting out there dying on Summer Ave, which is not a good place to break down, especially at night. And so it's sputtering, and I'm, forcing the fucking gas. What's that fucking cartoon? It was like Scooby-Doo, except instead of a dog, they had a fucking car. I want to say like Herbie or something? Or is that the Love Bug? I don't fucking remember. Anyways. So, I whip it into the nearest gas station, obviously, because I gotta check out the fluid situation. Ooh, that sounded gross, didn't it? Ooh, fluid situation. What's going on? What kind of fluid? And I guess the oil, I don't know. I probably need an oil change, so I'm extremely overdue for that. But the car's got 300,000 miles on it. I'm just waiting until, I don't know, I catch up on a bill. I'm just going to put something down on a used car. Or, better yet, now that my credit score has starting to slowly ascend, maybe I'll just put something down on a new car. Is that a possibility? I sure hope so. So I checked the oil. It's a little bit low. So put a fucking quart in. I'm using my last little fucking bit of money I got till payday. Which, when you have that, you're looking at your fucking app. How much money do I got? Open your fucking wallet. It's like in the fucking 50s cartoons. Fucking moth flies out. Just circles and... What does that even mean? I've never understood that. When a moth flies out of someone's wallet. Like, I get there's no money in there. So moths live in spaces that are empty, dark and empty. I always see them fluttering around my fucking lights. And, yeah, that's the last little few couple bucks, which I put oil in my car. Guess I'm going to go get an oil change. But when your car's at 300,000 miles, like, does it even seem like a good idea to get the oil change, When it's on its last leg, it's fucking hobbling around, hobbling and wobbling and gobbling and just, when you see like when you slowly pull up and it's just a Like one of the fucking rotors is a little screwy, and probably one of the axles is bent from just one too many times of somebody driving over a curb. Because I didn't always have two cars, and it's a hot debate for me. I think I might just go out, get an oil filter, and however many quarts go in there. I'll Google it, right? Figure it out, and just do the oil change myself and add that to my repertoire of things that I can do to cars. Right? Does that sound good? I keep thinking there's somebody behind me. Who's that? But yeah, so that's all fucked up. Now the car, now that I put like another quart of oil in there, is it's got a slight aroma of death, destruction, burning, like flesh, hair, all of those things. And so yeah, definitely gonna have to go with the oil change. Unfortunately, whether or not I do it myself, I'm not off for like 5 more fucking days because my job just loves putting me on 7 day stretches and fucking just whatever you had to do. I hope nothing comes up. You'll be fine. And they got me working at this store, okay? They got me working at that store, okay? And then every once in a while, a third hand would come up from behind my back and say, "Hey, go ahead and work at that other store too." Just because apparently we're fucking the charitable organization as far as locations go. Fan fucking tastic, right? Almost done there. Don't you hate when you're sitting around drinking your coffee for too long, and then by the time you get to the bottom of it, it's just like cold, not lukewarm, cold. Wait a minute, I just got deja vu. Yeah, so fuck it. Yesterday I was doing laundry. I was watching the new Nightmind episode where he covered Welcome to Night Vale. Fan-fucking-tastic, right? It was a good parody, and kind of said a lot of how I felt about Night Vale. And I don't know whether or not anyone is going to relate to this, but I don't give a shit, because, I'm not selling anything. I've got a 9 to 5. I do my own fucking, I don't need advertising. I'm not trying to fucking, I'm not catering to anybody, okay? I'm not pandering to any group. I'm not trying to feel out a niche. You can just fucking listen or don't. I don't give a shit. Not anymore. Yep, and I fell asleep out here in the laundry room because I was folding up some fucking laundry. And, woke up with like fucking thousands of ants crawling all over me. No, not thousands, probably. Just, maybe like a dozen. But it was uncomfortable nonetheless. So. Good shit. That's another thing I get to deal with now. When I was younger, when I used to live with my, when I was still living with my dad, he had this, fucking spray, which was supposed to be like a multi-purpose cleaner. It was like pine, something pine. It was like green, not pine sol, but I don't know, something pine. Who gives a shit? And when we got ants, you just sprinkle that on them, and they'd stop in their tracks. Like miraculous fucking instant death, evisceration by multi-purpose cleaner. It was amazing, and I just, for the life of me, cannot remember what the fuck it was. And I think I've even asked him before, and it wasn't even, he didn't remember. He didn't remember. But, so what I've been doing is just, smashing them with my finger, okay? That's an effective way of, to stop the ants in their tracks. So, yeah. But I was watching the last couple episodes, and I realized two things. One, that you could hear my cat in heat meowing all around the house. Two, that I look to the right because I'm actually looking at the display and checking myself out, instead of looking into the lens, which I'm trying to work on. But hey, you know what? Like I said before, watch it or don't. Okay? And that was actually addendum. Third thing, whenever I, instead of, in addition to just saying like and all that other stupid shit, I say anywho way too much. Anywho, 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 how y'all doing? And so that was fucking annoying the shit out of me. Quite very much. Quite very muchly. So, things I'm working on. And also, I realized that the music volume was about good, just right where it needs to be. Okay, but the actual video volume was not high enough because I went from watching one of my videos to somebody else's whatever fucking history of Westeros and fucking Game of Thrones, and it was just like fucking ridiculous. It was like when the difference was like when the lights drop in the movie theater and everyone's like and that was my video, and all of a sudden when the THX things, that was the difference. It's very very much decibel differencing. Definable. That's a word now. And so I'm still fucking with that. I don't know. But I managed to take and chop up the film just a little bit more and kind of move things around so that they're like a little bit more interesting instead of just starting out with the little cover and then right into me talking. Okay? Fucking boring. Fucking boring. Nobody wants to see that shit. Now if I can just figure out how to cut out all the little dead air and parts where I just stare off into the distance and think wistfully about my past mistakes. Condense these videos up a little bit, shit like that. And then actually have some kind of content that I'm producing other than just these free flowing, refreshing thoughts which are spilling from my word maker. That would probably be good. As at first I was doing current events and I would write the little comedy bits, which was cool. And I think, I don't know, I was getting a better response at that point. But life just suddenly got too hectic, and then I was just, doing bullshit for a couple episodes where I was just talking about, oh my god, life, it's just life got really hectic there. And then I was doing current events again, if you remember when it was just the podcast part. And now it's back to videos. I'm a fucking vlogger. Fucking vlogger, man. I can't believe it's come to this. Bitter. I think I don't know. I don't know what it is. Like I said in the beginning of when I, reformat all this shit, which I call season 2. It's just me talking to myself out here. Maybe that's why I'm looking at myself while I'm talking to myself. Maybe I'm thinking about myself, looking at myself. I'm working on myself. Myself. I'm trying to get away from that though, actually. With just some basic meditation and just trying to practice mindfulness and being in the moment, namaste, Hare Krishna, and all that fantastic fun stuff. I mean, I say that, but really I'm just listening to like the Duncan Trussell Family Hour and pretending I'm enlightened. It works just as well if you can fool somebody. But you can't fool yourself. That's what I learned. Anywho, there I go again. This has been your Friday update with me featuring Lil Uzi in the background there. And no cat meowing, no nothing. Hope you have a great weekend. I really do. Go out there, you enjoy it. Live life to the fullest, okay? Seize the day. Carpe diem. Tomorrow's the first day of the rest of your life. Get out there and live up to your potential, okay? Be all that you can be. All that shit. Fantastic, right? Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and do the heart thing and the thumbs up thing, and leave a comment. You can Twitter us at no such underscore radio. Email us at nsrpodcast@gmail.com. And yeah, you just go out there. You suck that weekend's dick. You fucking get out there and do it. You fucking get out there and you enjoy that weekend. Enjoy it. Enjoy it while you can. Bye. You know what really sucks is when you get to the very bottom and you've had a very pleasant, smooth coffee drinking experience. You drank it before it got too cold. And then those couple little coffee grounds that somehow fucking escaped through the coffee filter. You get in there and it's just like crunch, 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 crunch. Ah!